Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Can you see me?
Perfect. Yeah, there's a little glare from the window, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
sorry. Let me just
kind
move it a little.
of that if you can.
That work?
Perfect. Great job. Yeah. Okay. Did you get the preparation letter I sent you?
I might have. I'm not sure. Where should I check?
Check your email. But
Oh,
that's okay. I'll pull it up right now. If
okay.
you haven't got a chance to look it over. Can you see this on our screen?
Yeah, I can.
So it's just a little intro about what teleintervention is, how we're going to use it, the necessary technology you need. So, did you have any problems with the Zoom software?
Oh no, it worked fine.
No. And then we have the glare, and we fixed that.
Okay.
That was great. Is your computer plugged in?
Yeah, it is.
How's your internet right now? Is it pretty fast?
It's moderate.
Okay. Have you checked it before on bandwidthplace.com?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so that might be worth a chance or worth a shot after we're done to see what your bandwidth is.
Okay.
You're going to want to be in a quiet room free of distractions.
Okay. Uh,
So,
Mama, being a free of distraction. Try
yeah. So you might want to consider maybe moving the laptop to like an office or your bedroom next time.
Okay, my own.
It's
Should I do that now or?
fine.
Okay.
For the purpose of today, I think it's okay.
Okay.
So therapy is going to be administered in 4 phases. And we kind of did this last time, the education, where we talked about stuttering and an assessment. So I'm going to figure out what your severity level is, both in overt aspects, like the stuttering itself, and then covert, so like how that's kind of affecting the other parts of your life. And then you're also going to focus a lot on generalization because we can learn techniques, but if you're not using them in any other setting, it's not going to help you. So there's going to be a big focus on that, and then maintenance and follow-up at the end of our sessions. So these are going to be set up like usually we'll have an initial discussion. I'll teach some new skills or information. We'll practice the new skills. We'll plan the best way to implement these outside of therapy. And then we'll have a session review and support talk. And we're going to use different modalities. So we'll have electronic information sheets, customized action plans, online games to facilitate language and communication, and partner training. Do you have any questions?
No, not really.
Not yet?
No.
Okay, so these are
Okay.
your sessions and can be completely customized to your needs. The overall goal of speech therapy is to improve your life and open and honest communication about what parts of intervention are helpful and what aren't is integral to the process. So if we're doing something and you're like, I don't like this, how is, like, either you can clarify and ask me what the point is or how this is helping, or you could just say, I don't like this, and we can move on to something else.
Okay.
So how do you feel about trying a couple different speech techniques out?
Okay, I can do it. Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to start with prolongations. So I'll explain a little bit about what those are. Can you see my screen still?
It's still on the same one.
Okay. So I'm going to explain what that is. And then we're going to read a passage using prolongations at the beginning of each phrase. So that could be at the beginning of a sentence or whenever you take a breath. Then you'd want to use a prolongation.
Okay.
Have you ever used a prolongation before?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Okay. So prolongations are holding sounds and syllables out. And usually with these, you want to focus on the vowels. So I'm using a prolongation, or I used it on the O and so. And that time I used a prolongation on the A and and.
Oh, okay, I see.
So if there's a sound before it, you just focus on the vowel and kind of skip the first sound.
Okay.
Okay. So I was thinking we could practice a little bit in a reading passage.
Okay.
I will share the screen with you. And we can switch off every sentence. So like I can start and then you can jump in.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see that screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. I'll go first. Starting conversations, the art of small talk.
Starting a conversation with a stranger is often described as one of the most difficult and feared things for people to do.
Good. So I'm going to have you do starting a conversation, holding out the A and starting.
Okay. Starting a conversation with a stranger is often described as one of the most difficult and feared things for people to do.
Awesome. Okay. Many fluent speakers are often afraid of doing this as well.
It is an art that some people have mastered, while most others are befuddled and overwhelmed with the idea.
People typically have a purpose when starting a conversation. Either they need something or some information, or are commenting on a shared experience or some other commonality.
Until now, the stuttering surveys have acted as this purpose as the icebreaker.
In hoping to make you better, more effective communicators, we want to teach you the art of small talk and how to start conversations with unfamiliar people.
What is your purpose for approaching other people?
Great job. Cool. That was awesome. How did that feel if you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5 of naturalness? 1 being super unnatural and 5 being very natural.
I'd say maybe 2 to 3. It felt a little uncomfortable.
2 to 3. And how much effort would you say it took you on a scale of 1 to 5?
I'd also say a 2 to 3. Just a
Okay,
little bit.
cool. Do you think we can practice in a conversation now?
Maybe, sure.
So whenever you start talking, you're going to hold out a vowel.
Okay.
Let's talk about your dog. Tell me something funny that he did today.
His name is Leo, and today he hasn't really done much. He does have a bit of gas today, to be honest. Yeah, he's sitting over there and just taking a nap.
Nice. So what all did you do today?
We went out to lunch. We went to the Cheesecake Factory.
What?
Oh yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Oh yeah, it was really good. And then we also went to Target.
I've been thinking about Cheesecake Factory strawberry lemonade
Uh,
for a long time now. What did she say?
she said it's not with the calories.
Okay, so you're doing a great job using the prolongations. Let's try them just at the first thing you say
Oh, okay.
whenever you start talking, because in stuttering, 80% of stuttered events are at the beginning of a phrase. So prolongations are most effective when you use them at the beginning.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Why is she working with a non?
Why do you keep interjecting?
That is a demonstration of why you need to be in a quiet room.
I agree.
You have distractions.
I can see that.
I can't even watch TV.
Maybe I should move now, or should I wait?
How long?
We're gonna do one more technique and then we'll be done. So maybe 5 more minutes.
Oh, okay. I'll just hope she stops talking.
Like That's what happened.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I have a really funny story to tell you after this. Okay, so now we're going to talk about easy onsets. You ranked prolongations as having about a 2 naturalness and a 2 effortfulness.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you rate this strategy after, and we can kind of compare which one felt better.
Okay.
Okay. An easy onset is used by starting the syllable quietly and increasing loudness as you say the syllable. These are typically used on the first syllable of a sentence, as 80% of stuttering occurs during phrase onsets. This technique is also commonly used on words and may be used on several words in a sentence. If they are used on every syllable a person says, they are called amplitude contour, which sounds a little bit more unnatural. So we're going to use this one like we did with the prolongations, and just use it starting a phrase. Are you ready to try it?
Okay.
So you can think of an easy onset as like your voice kind of having a volume switch. So it's like you're in the car and you hear your favorite New Lord song. And so it starts off quietly, but you turn it on, you turn it higher.
Okay. Okay.
So it's kind of hard because it's not necessarily getting like lower and higher pitch. It's kind of the volume.
Okay.
And remember last time how we talked about blocks and repetitions and prolongations?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember those.
So you would use an easy onset for blocks mostly because it keeps your larynx from closing up. It gets it started easier, so you're less likely to stutter. Are you ready to try it?
I can try.
Yeah, you got it. Let's keep reading our other passage.
Okay. Here. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. What is your purpose for approaching other people?
If it is simply to work on your speech, think of a way to gain access to the group, such as commenting on the weather, location, asking for information, etc.
You can approach someone to gain information, for example, asking directions, the time, etc.
Or if you are new to the area or pretend to be new to the area, you can ask about the town, college, state, etc.
Another way to start conversations is by commenting on or complimenting a shared interest.
For example, if someone has a piece of clothing representing a sports team, you could say, go blank.
Then, let me try that one again. Then comment about their potential for this year or how they did the previous year, etc.
By finding a commonality, regardless of how small it is, you will find it much easier to talk to them.
After the initial exchange and disclosing the fact that you stutter, you can ask them a question about how they became a fan of that sports team or something related that lets them talk about themselves.
More often than not, people enjoy talking about themselves.
After they respond, reaffirm you are listening by talking about your experience with the commonality.
People need to know that you are listening and that the shared experience you started with is validated.
always end with something like, "It was nice talking to you," or "Thanks for talking with me."
You'll leave a positive impression while practicing your speech.
Okay, now let's talk about that one. What would you rank that as?
That one I would say maybe more of I'd say about a 3 or a 4 for that one.
A 3 or 4, so 5 being the least natural?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about for effort?
For effort, I say about a 4. It took me a bit to think about it, usually.
So it was easier to use a prolongation than an easy onset.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And the cool thing about prolongations is they actually inhibit future stuttering versus easy onsets kind of change the way you think about talking, but it doesn't necessarily affect the motor system. So prolongations are usually a really good start when implementing techniques because they're a little easier to implement and they actually affect your speech mechanisms more.
Okay.
So would you feel comfortable trying that one out?
Maybe.
Okay, great. Well, I think we're about out of time today, but do you have any questions?
No, I don't really have any questions.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, dude.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.